Thank you. G2 will be on stage momentarily. For those of you in chat, please start raising your hands if you have a question. And those of you in the venue, please feel free to start lining up if you would like to ask a question. Hello, we are joined by EDG, who are coming off of their match against G2. We'll begin with questions from the remote media and then move to the in-house. We'll begin with a question from OnePlus.
谢谢。然后首先想问一下 Marco 教练，对于即将面对的 T1或 VIT 有什么看法吗？然后会不会改变现有地图的一个阵容体系？谢谢。
两支队伍都非常强吧？我觉得，如果是正常发挥的话，应该是面对 Vitality 的。然后是阵容上面，就是那些像 Lotus 这些地图可能会调整吧。
So the
好的，谢谢。
question is asking, it was for Coach Muggle. What's your planning for the next match between Vitality and T1, and will you change your comps for the following matchup? And his answer was that they are both really strong team, and it seems like it's gonna be Vitality on the win. And about the adjustment, might we gonna do something on Lotus?
Thank you. We'll move to the in-house media next. If those of you at the microphone would like to ask a question, please go ahead.
我想问一下康康，强队碰撞互有胜负确实非常正常啊，但是我相信走入败者组之后，不仅仅是康康，包括 EDG 的每一位队员都会有非常大的压力，包括一些质疑，你会选择怎样面对，或者说跟自己的队员做出一些怎样的调整？
嗯嗯，我觉得还是那句话，我觉得其实每一轮的世界赛都是一个全新的开始。这一次我们已经做到历史上成绩最好的一次了。然后我觉得其实不要在意太多外界的声音，就专注好自己就行了。确实，可能今天打的比较昏头，说实话，我自己就是最晕的那一个，我觉得。所以说，我觉得后面的比赛，我觉得我们应该更快的去适应比赛节奏吧。
好，谢谢康康。我还想起来球神说的一句话，他说：“如果对面赢了，我们就为他们喝彩；如果我们赢了，我们就放声大笑。”接下来的一个问题，我想问一下王哥啊，前两天 EDG 对战 G2 的时候是爽局啊，真的可以说是爽局，但是今天面对同一个对手，确实有着截然不同的战果，甚至是局面。这个你作为队长，甚至说指挥来说，会及时的做出来一些哪些调整呢？
我觉得就 G2也是，他们每个人都很厉害嘛，然后这个队伍也是打了比较长时间了，然后他们能够就是在输给我们之后，然后做一些针对来及时调整，我觉得是非常正常的事情。然后今天就是我们自己在这个临场调整不够多吧，就是对面确实，可能出现了一些我们训练赛没有碰到过的情况，但我觉得就是场内的调整不够多吧，但我觉得我们回去之后肯定会找出问题来。谢谢。
So first, the question was for Kong Kong. Of course, losing to this matchup, you're definitely gonna feel pressure for the whole team, and of course, there are doubters for your teams. So how to face with that problem, and what's your adjustment? And Kong Kong's answer was that, like I said before, every whole new international tournament is gonna be a whole new start for the team, and this is already our best grade in Masters. This time, we are already the top 3, and just don't care about those factors that happened out of the server, those comments, maybe don't care that much. Actually, for today's match, we didn't play well, especially me, not in the best form. And for the next coming up matchup, we're gonna do more adjustment and to adjust to the pace of the stage. And the second question was for nobody. So it seems like a few days ago when you faced against with G2, it was totally stomped. But this time things totally different. As the team captain, Team IGL, what's your adjustment for the following matchup? And nobody's answer was like, everyone in G2 are really strong. They're a really strong team and they have played together for a long time. And it's quite normal thing for them to do the adjustment quickly after they losing the matchup with us. And it seems like in today's matchup, we didn't do well about our instinct reaction. And we have saw a lot of things that we didn't practice before in the scrims. And we're gonna trying to find the solution and do the adjustment.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Rabia.
Hey everyone. So sorry for the loss today. My question is to Kang Kang. That it was a rematch for you guys against G2, and I would just want to know what was different this time in comparison to the previous time playing against them, and for you guys, what went wrong even after winning like Pistol and the round after that in both maps.
这个问题是想要问到康康选手，这是一场和 G2 的二番战嘛？那觉得和上一次相比会有哪些不同呢？那以及觉得今天这场比赛或者是有哪些问题导致了这样的一个结果？有哪里是进展的不对了呢？包括在今天的比赛当中，其实是有的时候我们赢下了首相局，也能赢下对方的一口局，但是没有办法继续延续，这是为什么呢？
我觉得他们经历过跟我们打过一场比赛过后，他们对我们队伍的阅读更快了吧？然后，尤其是他们会针对我们去做一些事情。然后我们在场中的时候，应该没有给王思旭太多的想法跟建议去怎么去解决吧？对，我觉得这是我可能在我的视角里我做的不够多的一个地方，就是我没有在场中的时候告诉。我遇到的困境。
So Kang's answer was like, after the first match with G2, seems like they really good at reading us in the matchup, and seems like their reading is more apparently faster than before, and they have already do their research on this. They have really target on this. And in my perspective, my personal problem seems like I didn't tell our IGL nobody that what problem I have faced, and during the half time pause, seems like if we can do the solution earlier, we can like do more. That was my problem during the half time.
Thank you so much and good luck for the next game.
We'll take the next one from Arnav.
Hey guys, Navir. Likewise, congratulations on the loss. My question is for Coach Nobody. Coach Mughal first. What do you think when comes to map bans? When comes to map compositions, G2 ran with the similar comp in both the maps, but they had different ideas. Yesterday, Coach Josh was talking about the same thing as well, that they have set compositions, but they like to run different ideas around it. But your style is pretty different compared to there. How do you, coming to this matchup, how do you like see the balance between and find the gaps to secure the rounds? And I'll ask the second question later on.
这个问题是想问到 Marco 教练，其实我们可以看到 G2 他们在阵容上面选择是可能会在不同的地图上面都拿出同样的那个阵容，但是对于 EDG 来说，我们可能会做更多的不同的摇摆之类的。那你觉得你是怎么看待这其中的一些不同的呢？
就他们这一点跟 DRX 挺像的，就是之前有些队伍也会选择这种玩法吧，就是所有的地图都用同一套阵容，然后所以玩法的那个阵容的基本理念也差不多。这样玩我觉得就比较方便，就是对于队伍理解来说就比较方便，做什么事都比较方便。但是就是有些地图肯定是不会适用于这套阵容的，所以看怎么取舍吧。
Actually, it's pretty similar to DRX. Seems like they are using the same comps on every map for the team, no matter it's about the game content or like how to reading the general games. Seems like it's more convenient, more comfort zone for the team, using like similar comps on every map. But there's a problem is that your comps can't suit or can't fit every map. So there's a problem for that.
Thank you. The second part of the question would be for Kangkang. Yesterday during Tarik's stream, you were talking about you don't like Yuru, and Daka is your idol, and hopefully you guys can get a matchup against Vitality in lower finals. Uh, Having a best of five series like this back to back, if you guys win against them as well, you guys have so much experience from the past tournaments as well. But coming to a new tournament, it's always a mind reset, as you mentioned earlier. How do you prepare yourself for such stages?
之前这个问题是给到康康选手，那你之前可能在昨天你也提到了自己的耶路，也提到了说德克是你的偶像嘛，希望说能够在 Vitality 在 lower bracket 的 Grand Finals 能够见一下。那而且明天将会是一场 BO5的比赛，也是一个全新的，对于这次赛程来说，跟 BO3是很不一样，是全新的嘛。那你会以怎样的心态来进入到明天的这场 BO5呢？
其实心态一直都是一样的，就是放平自己，然后去挑战一下德克吧。然后我觉得 BO5其实就是看双方的队员谁能够在场中阅读的时候能阅读的更快，然后能更快的进入比赛状态吧。
About the mentality, as always, we want to be calm. And seems like tomorrow wants to challenge Durka a little bit. And for the BO5, is more depends on which team can rating faster and to get your form.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Yinsu.
I have a follow-up for Kang Kang. Of course, you've had many opportunities to face Durka. It's never happened, which is crazy that it might happen tomorrow. And I know in the past you speak a lot about which version of Kang Kang we see. So which version of Kang Kang do you think we're going to see tomorrow? And what version of Durka do you think we're going to see tomorrow as well after seeing his performance here?
这个问题是想要给到康康选手，那其实明天非常有可能就有机会能够跟 Dirk 再来一场对决嘛。之前采访当中很多次你都提到了很多不同版本的你啊，那你觉得明天会向我们展现一个怎样版本、怎样形式的康康呢？以及你觉得明天的 Dirk 又会是怎样的一个版本和形式？
我不知道他到底是什么样的。我觉得我现在最重要的一点就是怎么调整好自己的状态吧。然后因为一些场外的因素可能导致我无法专注比赛，希望我明天能够更专注比赛一点，然后去享受游戏。
So Kong's answer is like, I don't really know what kind of version we're gonna see from Deca, but for me, I just gonna adjust myself quickly. Not since like I have been affected by the factors out of server too much, I kind of like can't focus on my own thing on the stage in the games. For tomorrow, I just want me to be more concentrated and enjoy the game.
Thank you. We'll take two more questions. Go ahead.
So sorry for the loss. My name is Brian Francis from esports.net. I would like to ask the entire team of EDGs. So during the
Can you focus a question to one player?
Okay, sure. I would like to ask this to the coach. During the VCT CN League, you lost to Trace Esports and went on a lower bracket run, and you faced them again in the grand finals. Now you lose to G2 Esports, and again you're put in the lower bracket. And now if you win the match, you go into the grand finals against them again. Do you feel like fate might be repeating itself to a point where it's telling you that you need to be in the lower bracket just to prove yourself even more?
OK，那这个问题是想问到 Marco 教练。那其实，在我们之间的起点赛，你们是有输过 TE，然后进入了败者组，但是通过败者组，最后是再一次在决赛上面打败了他们，获得了冠军嘛？那这一次似乎又要再次重演历史了。那你会不会觉得这就是命运的安排，就是让 EDG 就要走一遭这个败者组来证明你们的实力呢
觉得这跟命运没什么关系吧。我们经常能从败者组杀回来，就是因为我们队伍一方面有足够的韧性，一方面学习能力也很强，就这2点。
I think there's nothing too much deal with fate. We can also come back from lower bracket. The first reason is because our resilience, and then it's because we are really good at learning from.
Thank you. And we'll take the final question from Solera.
Hello, guys. Solera from VALORANT. Congratulations on the loss. My question will be to Chicho. I was doing interview with Nats at this event, and I asked him how international stage has changed, and he said that the biggest change was that everyone is playing not the same. Everyone is playing very differently, and you have to adapt at each stage of the game, at each stage of the tournament. So I would love to hear your thoughts about adaptation process during this tournament, and how do you think EDG will adapt to the next match? Thank you.
这个问题是给到球球选手，那提问者可能他之前在跟 Nuts 在做一个采访的时候，你觉得，这一次大赛相比于以前会有什么不同？他觉得是，Nuts 会发现他觉得现在很多人都会去打一个去多变的一个东西，不再是每个人都在打同样的游戏内容了。然后你需要根据可能场上每一个变化，在比赛的每一个阶段，甚至然后再根据你的对手去不断的做调整。然后想问你是如何看待他说的这种关于不断做调整的问题，以及说进入到下一场比赛，你们又会做怎样的调整呢？
首先我觉得他说的是对的吧，因为现在这个版本大家不会像以前一样每个阵容地图大家都选的一样的，现在可能每个队伍都不一样，然后打法也不一样，你需要去以局中的表现去改变我们自己队内的一些东西。然后我觉得就是现在的，就是比赛来说的话，每个队伍的游戏内容应该会比以前好看很多，因为会很花样会很多嘛，然后大家战术也很不一样，然后打起来的道具覆盖什么的都是比以前要更足了一点，所以说我觉得就是现在的比赛就越来越有挑战性的嘛。
Chichu agreed with what Nat say because during the current meta, seems like every team gonna use different comps even on the same map. It's different, and also their playstyles as well. And also you have to do a lot with your instinct reaction in the game and not always play the same. Seems and in addition, and also all the game content of every team seems like much better than before. Everyone have played differently than before about their skill, their kit, their synergy. Everything is like evolution of each team, and also feel like it's really challenging for us to play in this tournament.
Thank you so much, and good luck in the next round.
Thank you, EDG. This will conclude the press conference. 谢谢。 Good evening. We are joined by G2, who are coming off of their match against EDG. For those of you joining us remotely, please use the Zoom hand raise function if you'd like to ask a question, and then we'll call on you. As we see no hands, we'll begin with the in-house. Yensu, would you like to start us off?
Congratulations, boys. Now, you kept to your promise. You banned the fracture. We didn't see that come out today, but you had to instantaneously go into a Kang Neon on Lotus, but you handled it much better this time around. So what was it you felt like was more comfortable for you? And did you expect him to have, I guess, less explosive and impactful performance? I'll go to you for this, Valen.
On his Neon, yeah, we game planned a lot around it, so we knew to shut him down early. And if you watch the early rounds of Lotus, it was just like 4v5 a fight every single round. So we had, all the boys there trading him out. I would say previously on Fracture, he was finding a lot of isolated fights. So this time we just ran at him together. And I think that was the trick.
Nicer experience for you this time around.
Yeah.
Jaw, last time you were in a grand final, it was a fairy tale ending. Would you be able to reflect on your journey since then and what this grand final means to you?
I would say joining this new team, new org, I definitely erased the past. I won't forget the past, but the journey's been insane already. Winning kickoff, coming here, making playoffs. Now we're in the grands. It definitely is like a fairy tale again to me. So I'm keeping that concept in my head. And then everybody with me is just ready to win. And I haven't seen that much hunger on a team in a long time. So with these boys and our staff, I think we got it again.
And lastly, when it comes to winning, I felt like the Tejo breach formula is fabulous. It's kind of nasty, I feel like. So for Tren and Jonah, what goes into kind of from the idealization of these trap plays and the synergy as well, and having that come alive when you're on stage? Like, who's doing the calling for that? Where do the ideas come from? And how does it feel when you see a playoff and your opponents are just trapped like all the time?
I think kind of just whoever thinks of it first kind of calls it, and then we fill around it. Like he says he has stun, I have missiles, kind of according to plan, try and get a kill, take some map control with it. And the ideas just come from, our staff, and then us players just sitting down and talking about what we think can work.
And how much of it is on the fly? Because it does, what you just said feels like it's very much on the fly.
Yeah, a good chunk of it is on the fly. We're just kind of trying to apply concepts that we've learned and just put it in play like that.
And how difficult is it, Jonah, to do that on the fly? Because the stun is not easy.
It's not easy, but I would say it's easy for us to do it on the fly because me and Trent, we have so much synergy together. We've been teammates for a long time. So we both know our tendencies if we want to be aggressive or passive. And I would say I'm definitely the more aggressive person. So I would say majority of the time I will lead it, but I wouldn't even say majority. It's like it's me and him both. We both fill in. Like if he says missiles, like you said, then I fill in stun, and it's just coordination at the end of the day. And we can't hesitate. If we hesitate too long, then we'll miss our timing.
Thank you, boys. Thank you very much.
We'll take the next question from the in-house media. Go ahead.
Hi, so really quick question. I got signed 2 months ago. I was just wondering when I get to play.
Josh.
Who gonna tell him?
Josh. Josh.
Please.
Sorry, man.
It's funny. We talked about it today, did we not?
Yeah.
We're like, let's sub and Hammy today. Josh goes, what's his agent pool?
I
Like,
had to ask, what's your agent pool, actually?
Duelist and controller.
Yeah, Jet and Clove.
Okay.
Controller.
Oh, plus right now. Don't forget right now. Yeah, thank you guys.
I'll keep that in mind.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. While we wait for the in-house media, we'll take a question from Ravish.
What's up, boys? Absolutely massive dub today once again, bro. Look, beautiful stuff. Now, real quick question I wanted to ask you. I believe Trent, you mentioned the last time too. We talked about going out, especially when you guys are ahead, about getting bracelets. I believe you called it, right? So now, what I wanted to ask is, how many bracelets calls were made today for y'all to pick up? So how iced out are y'all today, bro?
I think we had a couple of bracelet calls.
I remember one on split and the 3v1 on the pistol. I said tuck Jonah, and Jonah said, nah, I'm going for the bracelet, and he just triple headshot the guy. So that was a good call.
A couple times.
I was 3 and 7.5. There's a bracelet on the line.
You gotta just peek him to get even.
We lost the EDG playing scared, so you can't be scared.
Oh yeah, respect. Hold up, boys. GG's.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to Rabia next.
Thank you, Anton. Congratulations, everyone, on the win again. My question is to Josh, and probably Valin can add as well. It was a rematch for you guys against EDG, and I just talked to Kang Kang, and he said like you guys acting when it comes to the rematch. I want to ask you, what kind of changes did you make when it comes to like the game plan overall before coming to the game, and also during the match as well after EDG won the first two rounds in both maps?
Well, without saying too much, but it's super apparent from watching the game. We were looking to shut him down, obviously, and like get him off his normal game. And once we're in that state of the game, our boys are really good at just reading what the follow up, and they're able to make live adaptations, which is something I enjoy watching and like something we really hone in on. So yeah, that's kind of like the result. Like we were in control of the whole game.
Yeah, my addition to that, I think we just played more of like a pack mentality, at least in the beginning of the series, because sometimes when you play really spread, it's hard to take aggressive fights because you don't want to just like 2v4. And so we just matched what they were doing. Oh, you want to fight us A? We'll bring 4 people and fight you A. And I don't think Hong Kong was able to handle that this time around. And so that's shout out to like our game plan, shout out to everyone like hitting the shots, because once you put them on the back, once you put them on the back foot, they start overthinking a bit more. They go slower. They don't hit the insane shots they were doing. So we just had to, hit him hard and push him back a little bit. And then he's like, whoa, so we did that today and it felt in control after that.
You just mentioned that you just hit them hard and they just stopped shooting back, right? So you kind of like break their mentality. And just want to ask you, like, sometimes these kind of situations arise for you guys as well. In those cases, what do you guys do? And what do you guys, for example, talk about to bounce back into the game?
Yeah, for us, like, I mean, I would say when we played them the first time, that's when we got like hit pretty hard and we didn't know how to adapt, but we learned from that. And now I would say if they tried to do that again, we would have the adaptations without saying what they are. But we're ready for that kind of play style again. We were not the first time. And it's if they want to rematch us in the grand finals, if they meet us, they're probably going to try to do that again and we'll be ready for it. So
yeah, we'll be waiting for that. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go to Arnab next.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. I have a couple of questions. First one is for Jojimo. This is your third grand final. First was Masters Madrid. You came runner-up. Second was Champions, and you won the Champions. This is your third grand finals. I want to know, as a player perspective, I don't know if you remember or not. I asked you the question that when you joined G2, there was a lot of skeptical because the slots and everything. But you said you believed in those guys, and right now you are in the third grand finals of an international tournament. Looking at the, I'll say the growth graph. How do you see yourself as an individual, and what can we expect in the grand finals from Jojimo?
Yeah, it's definitely been a process that I've learned throughout those tournaments, like in Japan and Champs in 2023. I didn't really pop off until basically when I learned the whole system. Like when I'm basically engaging in the team, figuring out why we're doing certain things, figuring out why I'm set up for this situation, why my IGL is calling them to go this way. I get in the flow state of like, I know all his plays. I know why we're doing everything. So being in this grand final, I already found the spark, I think, with this game and just asking questions and figuring out what I have to do. And I think with this match and that loss that we had against EDG, like the win and loss, it's proven to help me figure out where I would belong. And basically, the grand finals is like my playground, I would say, because everybody's under pressure, especially if we have 2 map bans. I think they're even more under pressure. But I know these guys are still with me, even if I do something wrong, because I got their back, they got my back, and that's what actually leads to success.
Thank you. The second question would be to Jonah. What were the songs you were singing?
Songs today? You guys remember? There
I
was
do.
whoa.
Yeah, baby.
It's just a lot of Fetty Wap because we're all on TikTok, so we're just keeping up with the trend.
I remember Gnarly.
Gnarly, yeah. What's that guy's name?
Smoke Dope 2016. Don't know if we can say that, but that song's fire.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Thank you. Another question would be for Leaf. Everybody has been everybody in the team has been popping off, but a lot of people have been undermining your performance throughout the series. It's been always talking about Trent, Georgimo, and everybody else, but you have been also performing really well among your teammates, and you guys have been popping off. Your role is not especially a flashy role, which anyone plays, but you have still been performing dominantly and consistently on that particular role. How your teammates help you, or you individually help to get those frags or those lurks or any timings you make them, because most of the people know you from being a duelist player. Now you have been shifted to a different controller role or sentinel role. So how do you make those timings and make those plays for yourself?
I just say like good support util obviously like helps me no matter what role I play. And on Viper, like I'm just kind of in control of my own game for the most part, and it just helps me a lot. And everybody is popping off, so it's like I don't even have to do much most of these games. Like I'm not super proud of like my performance in some of the games, but I do know that like everybody else is also doing very good, and it's like I just do my job. Like I just make sure that I calm. Sometimes I screw up, you know, but that's just the game, and I just make sure that like I keep like a level head about it and not get like too emotional.
He's the best sentinel and the best aimer, so you just peek him and you die. Easy for him.
Thank you. I'll take the credit for the today's win, by the way.
Thank you. Go ahead. We have one more question in house.
Yeah, my name is Brian Francis from esports.net. I would like to ask Leaf and Valen a very particular question about the last round on Lotus. So y'all all took stingers, and immediately it was y'all pushed into site, and y'all could somehow sneak through Kang's op, and the next thing we know, the Viper split is down, and y'all take the round. What was the call that happened, and how was this strategy made? Because I was very curious watching in the arena about what y'all did.
Okay, I'll start with the beginning and then you handle the end because you clutched. At the beginning of the round, we saw them kind of like fight B and C. And so I think, I forgot who it was, but someone calmed, like it's probably Kong opping A. And so we just used our Viper wall and sped up through the door to avoid it. And then from there, the ending was Leaf, so he can take that over.
I kind of just sat there with my Viper ult out, and then we fought stairs. We went 1-for-1, but like I just had my Viper ult down on all the site, and they just sped up with their breach ult. I just dodged it, so it didn't really do anything to me. I think it was just me and Jonah. Like they all just kind of ran in one by one, like headless chickens. Like unironically, they were just running into my pit. So the 1v1 against Smoggy was a little nerve-wracking, but overall, like it felt pretty good. And then, like he said, like we just assumed that it was an op or like a solo person A. So it's like just use my util to get on the site for free.
Understood. Thank you so much, and all the very best for the grand finals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, guys. Congratulations with the win. I'm Solara from VALORANT. I have two questions, one serious and one not very serious. The serious question will be to Josh. So you have some time before the grand final. So I was curious, what are the plans for the team? How you're going to prepare and what you're going to focus on?
The plans are to just try to keep some level of tension between this, because like honestly, having a break is kind of a double-edged sword. Since you're having a break, you get to chill out and just watch games and whatnot. But I kind of like having back-to-back games just ready to go each day. So I'll try to like motivate the boys, try to do the normal processes preparing for a match, and yeah, I think with that extra day, it's gonna be easy to do.
Great answer, thank you. And now, not very serious question. In the player announcement video, we saw that inside of Jogamos there's a dog. So, and Valen mentioned today that you have a pack mentality. So my question is, what's the spiritual animal of GT?
Spiritual animal of G2? What do you guys think?
Seal.
Maybe, yeah, seal or panda.
Or like a hog. We got some big boys on this team.
Yeah.
Why do you think I said seal?
Down but yeah, probably a seal. And yeah, I don't know. I unclipped the leash today, so the dog came out.
Okay, great. Thank you. And good luck in the next round.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I believe that will be the final question of the press conference. G2, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Recording stopped.